All right, Cardinal family, first of all, thank you for all your work on your professional development Monday. It's some really critical foundation stuff, and we're making great progress on our progressions of learning. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Keep up the good work. I also wanted to say thank you to all those staff members that accommodated observations in their classrooms. I got to sit on some of those. Our principals really benefited from those. That is helping us get better at helping you. So thank you so much if you accommodated us in that capacity. One of the things that I wanted to talk to you about um, is how we're focused on learning progressions. A question that has come my way frequently is how many of these should I have done? How much do we need to have done before next year? And when I was at the intermediate school and I was talking with our leadership up there as well as our elementary leadership, one of the things that I expressed, and I really think it was sort of an aha moment, is I am less concerned with the amount of learning progressions that we complete, and I'm far more concerned with us developing the skill of creating those learning progressions. And that's for a couple different reasons. Um, Number one, it's great if we have all these learning progressions for every standard in a shared Google Drive, but I don't want those to ever just end up in a drive and be done. I'd rather they were meaningful to our planning, meaningful to our instruction, meaningful to our observation. So I don't want us just thinking we have an X amount we need to get done. What we need to do is get really good and continue to develop that skill of writing learning progressions. It's not about how many learning progressions we complete, it's how good we become at writing learning progressions. And then we'll move on from there. It's also problematic because you guys know not all standards are created equal. When you look at what standards look like in even within disciplines, even within content areas from one standard to one standard, things sure change. Number two, when you look across content areas, boy, we can have some dramatic differences in those standards. So what I want you to do, and your building level leadership will help you with this, talk with them about, in my content area, in my grade level, in my instruction, what's a good goal to have? What standard should my priorities, where should I place my priority when it comes to the standards and writing learning progressions? And just get better at the skill of writing those. Now, I know there's also concern where people will say, what about when they revise the standards? A couple of things on that. NDE's put a pause on a lot of the work. You guys know there was a lot of drama around the health standards. There was a lot of drama around social studies standards in the future and the instruction of critical race theory. And NDE put a pause on a lot of the work. What I do know is that we have revised English standards that have been approved, and NDE is continuing to roll out support of that. We are not in an implementation year for that, so we still have the standards in hand that we are going to teach to and develop learning progressions on. I know that NDE in November wants to start having a writing team come together on revising the math standards. That's years down the road before we're in the implementation phase of that. Everything else is on a pause for the most part. So we have standards. The work we do with the standards we have is important. And if we focus on the skill of learning progressions, not the quantity of learning progressions, we will honor the standards that are presently in our charge and we need to teach. So again, focus on not how many you need to get done, but focus on developing that skill. We're getting better every time we try. Also, we're going to write learning progressions sometime. We're going to try to execute that in our planning and our instruction in class. We're going to go, that wasn't quite right. And we're going to want to revisit them. That is just part of good teaching. So I'm going to say it again. Not so worried about how many we do. Far more concerned, far more focused on let's get really good at writing them. And when it comes to what ones you need to write, what ones you need to focus on, talk with your building level leadership. They will support you in developing a good goal when it comes to how much we should get done. And it's like I said, not all standards are created equal. It's going to be different for everyone. I'm going to also mention there's going to be another one of these that's going to happen before the end of the week, another CAA FYI. That comes out of a question I had during office hours on our PD day. Somebody was asking, hey, what kind of things are you asking or looking for when you're in our classroom doing walkthroughs? And really, I'm in your classroom really in 3 different capacities. So I want to explain all those. I'll probably do that on Friday. So again, thanks for all your work on the learning progressions. Keep it up. It's worth it. It helps you get better at planning, helps you get better at instruction, and it helps us get better at observing and helping you enhance that instruction. All right? Hang in there, Cardinal family. It's Wednesday. We're going to make it.